OK。おはようございます。皆さん、元気ですか？今日も始まります。今日は漢字練習。これは漢字練習。練習も漢字ありますけど、書いてません。なぜなら、難しい思います。はい。一つ目は、これ。moon。こんばんは。お久しぶりですね。お元気ですか？はい。これは moon。We have元気ですよ。いいね、いいね。これは毎月毎月every month 毎月We have oh yeah, not like that. Okay, let's sit down here. Kugatsu. This is quite literally the 9th month, is kind of what this translates into, by the way. So what's the 9th month of the year? That is September. Kugatsu, September. And then another example I have here is we are going to be using some kanji we've learned. Raigetsu. Raigetsu. Next month. Remember, Rai means next. Like a so. So we can see here with our moon character, we have Getsu, Gatsu, Tsuki, Tsuki, Gatsu, and Getsu. Obviously, it is based off context. You need these characters with it. Tsuki wa ge. それは面白い。月がゲになる。これはあやコーナーじゃんじゃん安井さんのコーナーイエーイババンパンパンパンパンこれがゲコゲコ This is moonlight. Moonlight. So we can add up above here. Yeah. And for the sake of just to show the underline there, the focus is the ge, ko. いいねいいねいいねはいはい 文類は今度こそ、今度は私を作ります。なぜならノートの中にの文類は少しやばいです。はい。文類来月は9月から私の大学が始まります。来月の9月からの方が伝わりやすいよ。来月の9月からの方が伝わりやすいよ。いや、水さん、これは、どうやって書けばいいんだろう。 なぜならこれは来月9月も作りますから。使いたい。一つは二人の二人の例は使いたいと来月大学は始まる。来月の9月から私の大学が始まります。OK。OK。はい。ありがとう。もう一度。来月の9月から私の大学が始まります。大学始まります。はい。OK。はい。OK。これが月ムーン。次はこの漢字。Heat Fire。We have 火曜日。 So this is Tuesday. Ka Yobi. Kayobi. Something to note, by the way, is Getsu wa Getsuyobi no Getsu. So it's taking the pronunciation from next month to say Monday. Yeah. Hi. He. Do we have any other words for fire? How is he ablaze? No, it's a different word. Don't really have many examples for fire, unfortunately. Okay. はい。この例はこれだけけれど、文例は文例の漢字は使いましょう。分類。はい。日本語のぎは火曜日にあります。わー、安井さん、あれは本当に長いですね。OK。OK。はいはいはい。今日もありがとうございます、安井さん。明日も、明日も、頑張ってね。おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい。OK。 let's break this down. Japanese. We haven't done this one yet. This is lecture. Tuesday. There is remember our particles? Ni, wa, no. So this becomes the Japanese lecture is on Tuesday. Okay. Okay. Hi hi. Hi hi hi. Hi. Tsugi wa kore. That looks bad. Just about. That's fine. So this water. Oh goodness gracious. That's a spoiler because I couldn't even put that on screen. Water. So to rewrite that, it's going down. You have the left side and then you write the right side. Center, left, right. So I think everyone's familiar with this one. And you remember you can use the O for politeness. O mizu. This is water. This is also another day of the week. I used to actually incorporate these into my schedule, not so much anymore. No real reason, I feel. Once again, like so. I hope I'm writing this right, by the way. Just been going off of memory because I can barely read the print. Okay, looks like I have written it wrong. It's actually like that, so let's fix it up here too. Yeah. Like that. Hi, Roger Louis? Roger Louis, 123. Yokoso, Roger-san. Welcome. You made it just in time. Well, halfway through the class already. But we're just working on some kanji. Third one right now is mizu, water. We can say o mizu. Just another way of saying water. The o there is generally for being polite. Right now, our next example, or rei, as it's the Japanese for it, is the day of the week. Konbanwa, Dero-san. Genki desu ka? I didn't make it out of class in time yesterday. It's okay. No. Don't worry about Daryl. Your classes first, my classes if you can. Okay, I'm gonna get a notebook to learn from you. Oh, hopefully you pick up something. Have a pen and paper. Pencil and paper. Thank you for following. Thank you so much. I host these whenever I have my schedule ready. So I'll have another one tomorrow for the kanji here, because I split these up 5 and 5 in a day. Because these kanji practice only go for about an hour. They're very short. It's gonna change soon though, because I have class starting. So instead of gaming streams, I'm gonna be having a lot more of these language learning streams. And this is because I want to pursue languages, but they're not part of my majors at university, so I can't actually take the course, which leaves it to my own devices in my own time, and this is my own time, so let's do it. And on the plus side, I get to learn this with other people, and other people who know better than me can teach me too. So it's a kind of like group study, except I'm taking the lead and people are there to like watch me, I suppose, and help me if they can. So it's interesting. Never really thought of it like doing it like this, but figure why not, and it's worked out so far. So for Wednesday here, this is pronounced Suiyobi. Suiyobi. So like Tuesday, which is Kayobi, which we've seen above. Let's go look up a little bit. We see here Kayobi. The yobi is the same. Nothing changes about yobi. Yobi. Nothing changes about that, except the first part that defines that day of the week is not ka, which is Tuesday, but sui. Sui, like suisei from Hololive. Hochimachi suisei. No, I know I butchered that a little bit there. Excuse my pronunciation. Yeah, sui. So we see we have mizu for pronunciations. Mizu for water. We now have sui. Okay. And again, this is Wednesday. I cannot ever get over the fact that in English, Wednesday is spelled Wednesday. I cannot get over that fact. It's so funny. But thanks to that, I pretty much never spell Wednesday wrong. Because in my head, I'm like, Wednesday, alright, it's that funny day of the week, Wednesday. Okay, so after my rei, my examples here, and knowing pronunciations, we have a nice little sentence, and they're known as bunrei, sentence examples. So, let's put it down here. I'm fine with space, I feel. Oh, I wrote that wrong. Gonna be starting to using some kanji here for bunrei instead of just the hiragana. So, dot, dash, stroke, stroke. These kanji is pronounced bun, rei, and all it means is sentence example. So for our sentence example for water is this. Tsumetai 水が飲みたいです. So in this sentence example, learning mode activate. Nice, nice. Wonderful, that's lovely. Exactly what you want to see. It's always nice to learn something. Like, I know people like to watch games for entertainment and try to learn from them, right? You want to get better at the game. Good, that's all good and dandy, and I do that too. But sometimes just gotta crack open a notebook and just have a peaceful time learning. Silent Rovian, welcome. Silent Rovian-san, yokoso. So, here, let's start parsing this sentence down so that we can learn the different functions or like what each part means. Expand our vocabulary a little bit. So, tsumetai, this means cold. Tsumetai. This is an adjective, cold. And this is used for a lot of different situations. And Japanese understand that there are two ways of saying cold. There is cold as in the weather cold, like outside's cold, that's samui. But for when you're referring to something like a drink, usually just anything that's not the weather, generally speaking, that's how I differentiate it. If it's weather or not weather. If it's weather, you use samui. But if it's not the weather, you use tsumetai. That's how I would differentiate that. There's more nuance to it. It's not just that. It's a bit more, but for simplicity's sake, at least for myself, that's how I would classify it. Down the road, once we get to the more, once you start using it more, and finding yourself using it in different situations, you'll eventually learn the difference. Probably when you use it wrong, right? Someone tells you, "Hey, that's not the right word," then that's when you'll be like, "Oh, really? What's the right word?" Then they'll just tell you. And that's the other thing. I guess I just never pushed here. By the way, is feel free to be wrong. I'm gonna be wrong. There's no way I'm gonna be right, and that's how learning should be. You use your current knowledge to the best of your abilities, then you get corrected by someone who knows better, and suddenly you know better. That's learning in a nutshell. So yeah, that's how we go about things around here. Alright, so our main word here, the kanji, mizu. And by the way, just like I said up above, you can't really see that, but up above, you can use o mizu. That's just a more polite way of saying it. So here would be tsumetai o mizu ga nomitai desu. So you can add the o right there. You can add that in if you feel like it. Generally speaking, it's a very polite way of doing it. Not needed whatsoever. Not needed at all. But if you want to feel like you want to be more polite about it, and if you're doing it in casual speak, like you're just casually talking to someone, it's gonna sound weird. They're gonna look at you funny. No lie, they're gonna look at you funny, but you're being polite. A bit too polite in situations where you don't have to be polite. They'll look at you funny, but yeah, just letting you know you can say o mizu. Alright, next in the sentence is our particle, ga, our subject marker. So basically, cold water is now the subject. The wisdom for I do my best. So in Japanese, they use a particle sentence for their language. We don't have that in English. We have equivalencies, or as close to it as possible anyways. Just know in Japanese, they would use ga to denote that cold water, I should probably write it down, this is water too, by the way, water, is the subject. It plays a role in trying to understand, or creating context and trying to focus someone's attention to somewhere. It's you can see that in writing. It's easier to understand generally when you're speaking, by the way. And when someone's talking, like, oh, tsumetai, if you don't see this, tsumetai mizu ga nomitai desu. So you know when they say it like that, oh, they use ga. Obviously, you're not going to be thinking about it for a long time. You just kind of know because you hear it. But you hear ga, you know, oh, they want something to do with cold water. Tsumetai mizu is the focus here. It is the subject of what's getting of the action, which is nomitai. Oh, so they want something to drink. So nomu is the actual the verb here. Nomu. This is the conjugated form. So they want to drink. So this is to drink. Tai. So nomi. Tai is I want to drink. This is the conjugated form for to drink to I want to drink. And then des is the present tense of the sentence. This is kind of like a tense marker of sorts. When you say I want to do something, it's almost certainly going to be des, due to the fact that they want something and they want it now. If it was past tense, if they want to do something in the past per se, you can say deshita, deshita. So instead of su, desu, you say deshita, shita. So let's write on this side over here. Deshita. So that is past tense. And for those who don't actually know hiragana, katakana, I would highly recommend looking that up ASAP. You can only really go so far looking at this, like their pictures, or as other people call them, moon runes, as I've seen people reference Japanese alphabet characters. I find it funny to call it that. But yeah, I spent a good several hours in my first stream for Japanese, and in doing so, very nice to know. Even I have issues remembering all of it, even now. But that's what practice is for. Practice makes perfect. The more you use it, the better you get at it. Oh, we're running short on time. Alright. Let's not dilly-dally any longer then. Tsugi. Next. Tsugi. Oh, and hopefully you guys got that. Tsugi. Tsugi. It means next. Kanji are the only real moon runes. Yes? Kinda? It's funny, a lot of the time kanji is forgotten until you actually start using them. And even then, even the Japanese would make mistakes. But that makes sense, right? Even English speakers make a lot of mistakes when spelling. Alright. For those who's been watching for a little bit, like by a little bit I mean like since I started writing my first kanji here, we're actually doing the kanji for the days of the week. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Why did we skip Thursday? That's weird. Okay, so this means metal. This kanji. Metal or gold, depending on the context. But this is the kanji used when you're trying to say metal or gold. So, technically, I guess you can, so if you add metal, gold, there's another pronunciation, or there's another definition too. I'm sure other people would be more familiar with this, by the way. It is kane, kane. And just like water, you can add the o for politeness. O, kane. And it's just the kanji itself. Nothing fancy added to it. Pronounced you know what? I'll move the pronunciation to the side here. Give myself a little more room. Kane. This means money. Okane. And then we also have Kinyobi. Also, for anyone else that's been here for a little bit, I did make reference that Yobi does not change pronunciation. We just simply add that. Like, oh, I lied. Life of using a lead pencil. Yobi. So Kinyobi. Lovely. Lovely. Kinyobi. So Yobi never changes when you're talking about days of the week. It's always going to be Yobi. It's just what's before Yobi. Kin. And this is actually, by the way, the pronunciation for gold. Kin. Right. So now we actually can see, we can jot this on the side here. The pronunciations for metal/gold. Kane. So we have kane. And then we also have kin. Kin. Obviously, there's a ton of different ways of pronouncing kanjis. I'm not going to be listing all of them. I'm not a dictionary. We're not here to learn like a dictionary. That's what pulling up dictionaries for, by the way. Instead, we'll see some basic usage for it, and as we progress on and learn more and more, that's when we're going to start learning more and more ways of pronouncing it. Right, for now, kane, kin, and then these are our re. Re, obviously it's not an R sound, it's more like it's a mix between R and L sound. Re. This means Friday. Okay. Friday. Right. Everyone's favorite day of the week, I would assume, since everyone loves Fridays being the end of the week for most work days or school days, being an off day for some. Alright, so after this, I like to do what's known as a bunne. Bun. How do you spell it? It's like this, like that, I believe. Yes? No? Yes? Yes, no, maybe so? Hopscotch? Okay. Yes. That's how you spell bunne. So, the hiragana is bun. Re. Yay. Broken lead. Woo! Alright. Bunne. Okay. So this means sentence example. Re meaning example. Bunne meaning sentence example. And what we have here is, I'll write it out first, and then we can parse it out after. I reversed it, no wonder. Okay, hi. So, we have some kanji here that we've kind of covered. But they're very simple, basic. So this is kongetsu. Kongetsu. And this kanji, pair, means this month. This month. This is our topic marker, wa. So we know that the topic of the point of the conversation, the topic at hand, is kongetsu. So the topic of what's happening is this month. That's how you use the topic marker. Kongetsu wa okane. Remember, kane. We saw above that you can use the o for kane. Okane ga, and we know it's kane and not pronounced okin or any other pronunciations that you can use with this, because very specifically by itself it's pronounced kane, or with the o it's pronounced kane, and it means money. Money. Ga, so our subject of the sentence, our subject in this case is money. Amari arimasen. So we can parse this as two parts or one part up to the speaker, generally speaking. Some people don't like to split this part up. Other people don't will. Other people will split it up, actually, is what I want to say. Amari. Amari is not much. And it's usually used in conjunction with a negation, with a negative. Amari arimasen. Not much. So arimasen on its own means none, so we take that out. Arimasen means you have none. If you say amari arimasen, it's not none, it's not much. So it's like it's a bit of a combo modifier, which is why you can technically parse this out and say amari as not much, and then just say arimasen is the negative of the sentence. You can look at it that way, or you can look at it as one whole thing. Some people find it easier to parse it into different parts. They're like bits and pieces and add-ons to each other. Other people like to see this as a whole phrase, and because this technically just means not much. If you try to parse this out separately into like a translator, you're gonna have a tough time, because the translator's gonna tell you amari means not really, and then arimasen is none. Not really none. And that's generally how you can find bad translators, by the way. If you want to see those online, you can catch bad translators when they translate things that just don't make sense in English, like not really no. When it should be one whole phrase. So now that we know each piece of the puzzle here, or the sentence I should be saying, this translates into I do not have much money this month. I do not have much money this month. Okay. So can we see that though? We have the pieces, we put the pieces together. How does it actually correlate? So where's I in all this? Omitted. I is omitted, is implied. As the speaker, it is implied that you're talking about yourself unless the context of the situation says otherwise. If the context of the situation says otherwise, that's when you know, okay, that's who we're talking about. Otherwise, with no context, and you say this sentence out loud, the assumption is it's about you. That's the assumption. So I do not have much money this month. Do not have much. So not much. That's what the not much is. In Japanese, the not much is at the end, and that's because of the way the sentence is formed. But in English, our negation always happens at first. In English, when you negate something, it goes to the beginning, not the end. Unless you're dealing with different types of English in like early Victorian era English. There's that. There's a couple other exceptions to that, but generally speaking, when we're trying to negate something in English, the negation happens at the end, at the beginning of the sentence, not the end of the sentence. So I do not have much money. So okane, money, this month, and it's kind of funny looking at it. Looking at the Japanese versus the English here because it looks like it's been reversed, but it's not really. You could technically say in English, this month, this is like caveman speak. This month, money, not much. This month I don't have much money. Again, it's possible to move things around in, like that in English, but that requires more syntax and grammar usage. Stuff like comma. So this month, comma, I won't have much money. So you were using we're changing the tense of the sentence, but yeah, by switching certain things around, we can imply the same thing, technically speaking. Very technical. And that's our fourth one covered for today. I think so. Covered moon. We covered fire, water, and now metal and gold. So that's 4 kanji. I have to keep it an hour, so we're actually about done. If you look at my uptime, we're about an hour in. Technically give it an extra like 3 minutes. I didn't actually start on the hour. I throw in an intro now, so I actually reduce the time planned. But so yeah, this is actually the last kanji I'm covering for today. I have another one tomorrow, same time. I start 11 a.m. my time. It's about noon now, and I actually plan on switching over to a gaming stream. So I'm gonna kill my stream in a bit, and then I'm gonna change my title. So on Twitch, I'm gonna change it to Dark Souls 3. That's what I'll be playing. Welcome, Silent Robian. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna be playing some Dark Souls 3. I was gonna play it last night. Didn't feel well. Didn't feel right. And didn't play it, but yeah. And then on YouTube side, because I actually multi-stream, so sometimes you'll see comments in my chat box that you'll be like, I can't see it on my Twitch chat. It's because it's from YouTube side. There's the little banner there represents which platform you're on, and you can see the Twitch icon next to your name. Some people have the YouTube icon, and it's because they're on my Twitch or my YouTube side of things. But can you still do some classes for us? Yes. Yes, I'm fine with being a little late. Do you have any questions? Do you have anything else you want to say to me? Like, feel free to ask. I do include the AMA tag on Twitch, always, because it's pretty much, yeah, it's an AMA. Ask me anything. I'm totally down, as long as I can answer it, that I'll answer it for you, always. Do you want me to continue class? Because, well, I was planning to switch over to the stream. I can continue a little bit for questions and such, but that ultimately, I will be switching over to a little more game heavy in Dark Souls 3. But if you check my social media, so you like scroll down on Twitch here, you'll see links to my Twitter, Discord, YouTube, etc. If you check my Twitter specifically, I do pin a schedule, my weekly schedule, to my pretty much all my social media. You'll find it in my Twitch banners, but you probably can't read it because it's a Twitch banner. I don't know how to work around that, to be perfectly honest. Right, and I make my schedule, I post my schedule every Wednesday. I do like a free talk style Wednesday where I turn it from free talk into a game. Not sure how I'm going to do about that once school starts, but essentially I'm going to be doing a lot more. Wishing Kyo gets to something like my wallet to be a correct sentence. It's still a correct sentence. You could say, if you want to say you don't have much money on you, you can just say okane ga amari arimasen. You don't even need to say my wallet. You don't have to specify anything. You can just omit it. It's like in English, you can omit things and be vague about things. if you want to say, I don't have much money. I don't have much money. Okane ga amari arimasen. If you want to say my wallet, however, so my, I covered this in my lesson stream that happened yesterday, and my is the possessive form of I. So you use watashi no. No is a possessive particle. You would use the possessive particle in this case. As we covered in yesterday's class as well, no is not just a possessive particle, but I don't have much money on me. You can say that. But if you want to specify on your person, I am not holding much money, is a way you can go about it. In which case you can say watashi wa holding. To hold. To hold is to carry. So probably one way of saying it, I think it just definitely depends on who you're talking with. So like perhaps if you're talking with a friend, you can say, "Watashi wa okane o mochimasen. Amari mochimasen." You would probably say watashi wa amari okane o motte imasen. Motte. So how would you break this one down? So let's write that out actually, so that people get a better idea about this. So if you want to say something like I'm not really holding much money, it's usually an implied thing. Unlike English, where we can be super explicit about things. In Japanese, a lot of it is kind of implied based on the context itself. So when you say something like I'm not holding much money or I'm not carrying much money, you would if you don't want to have the confusion, you probably like gesture towards your body, gesture towards yourself. So let's quickly write this out. So you want to say something like I don't have much money, and like on me is a bit I can't say redundant, but I do not much money on me. And this last bit is actually something more advanced that we haven't really touched upon. At least to specify it. Without specifying it, you can actually just say exactly what we said above. When it comes to like this month, you just omit that and just say okane ga amari arimasen. That is entirely possible. You do not need to say much to imply certain things. So another way, so just to sit quickly right now, another way of saying this is watashi wa, so I, this means I, amari, so we covered amari earlier, amari from above. Above we had amari arimasen. Here we have amari, which means which is like a bit of a quantifier, because if you don't have this in your sentence and you go the full sentence by itself, subtract that, generally means an absolute. So if you don't have much of something, you need to use amari, because you take it out, you're just simply saying you don't have any of it. So amari okane. So remember, I'm using kanji here, but this is kane, okane, o. So this is our object marker. We use that to denote our object, and it's used right before verbs usually. So I'm using the kanji here just to kind of save space. But this is mo, pronounced mo, mo, te, imasen. Watashi wa amari okane o motte imasen. I'm not carrying much money on me. So motte is to carry. This is what's known as te form, by the way, because we've conjugated the verb into it, and it's using the te character in Japanese. This is to carry. Imasen. And you need to use te form for a lot of different ways of saying that verb, or verbs in general for this type of sentence. We'll learn te form later down. It's something we'll use a lot actually, but it's fine to not know it immediately. That's not necessary right now, especially for today. It's more kanji vocab based than anything else. So okane here, money. Amari okane, not much money. So this is implying not much money. And that's what you're carrying. You're carrying a small amount of money on you. Amari okane o motte imasen. If you take out amari here and you just say watashi wa okane o motte imasen, it means you're not carrying much. You're not carrying money at all. By adding amari there, you change it from being from completely gone, so nada, nothing, zero, to a little bit. You change it from having nothing on you to having a little bit on you. That is how that works. So I hope that that explains your question. I hope I covered it. Because to my understanding, that's what you're looking for. Naruhodo. I see, you understand now. Got it. Nice. Very nice. With that being said, I'm gonna end the stream here for my lesson, and everything is gonna be archived on my YouTube channel. You can find my YouTube channel. There is a link in my. If you scroll down a little bit, there should be like a thing that hits my YouTube. You can check it out there. I have plenty of playlists. I try to organize my channel as much as possible. Some things I like to do things slowly. So feel free to check it out if you feel like it. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for my next streams. I would argue that you should be trying to learn off, like in your own time as much as possible. That's always a good thing. So yeah, thank you very much for all the new people. Thank you very much, Silent Rovian. Thank you very much, Roger, for following. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.